way down, never falter. Came with the hands out, get them off us. I'm 24/7 in the office. Pay attention cause I ain't repeating offers. Yeah, never met a man I've been scared of. Careful, you gon' get exactly what you asked for. Here for whatever you bring me, getting handled. I answer to no one, I don't need to hassle. Yeah, we ain't never fall back. Hold our ground where we at. We ain't never fall back. Hold our ground where we at. Never fall back. We ain't never fall back. Hold our ground where we at. Yeah. No lies or facts. You can find me right where I'm at. We ain't never fall back. We ain't never fall back. Yeah. We ain't never fall back. And you can find me where I'm at. We ain't never fall back. We ain't never fall back. And you can find me where I'm at. We ain't never fall back.
Two cutters through the middle. Artie up for three.
One shot, now the future is yours. Go! Yeah, I was building on a lecture. Verses coming daily under pressure. Working on the plot and the scheme. The true stock trademark is at the edge of your dreams. I'm talking one shot for the kill. The breeze come freeze up, straight dropping the chills. I'm talking taking over pieces and shares. A bomb big sky high. Check the movement is here. Yeah. It's one heart, one shot. Now the future is yours. Go.
Welcome to Heritage Hockey Tournament 2023, the newest and most exciting hockey tournament on the national calendar. For those of you new to Heritage Hockey, it's the melting pot of pride, passion, flair and skill and we're bringing you all 16 games live and free thanks to Local Gecko Productions and the support of One Foundation. I'm Brad Pittman, and I will be bringing you all the action this Easter weekend from the Waikato Hockey Centre here in Hamilton. I will be joined in commentary very shortly by the kaumātua of New Zealand Māori hockey, Kahu Ripia. He's just out on the field at the moment, giving the blessings to our two Māori teams before they take the field in battle against each other very shortly. But I'll be holding down the fort until then. In our game this evening, it's our final game for day 2, and it's the senior Māori wahine team and taking on the junior Māori wahine team, senior team in the black singlets, and the junior team in the red, gold and black strip. Now, the junior team will take a lot of confidence out of their game yesterday. They came up short against the Pacifica women, but will want to throw absolutely everything at this senior Māori team. Speaking to their coaches a little earlier today, their girls are pumped for this one, and they want to give the senior team a real good crack. Grace Hilton-Jones comes into the team today and could provide a real spark for their striker group. I was particularly impressed by Jada Parfo in goal for the junior side yesterday. They are coached by Courtney Phillips and Tuhia Hohepa. The senior wahine team, they were too good for the New Zealand Indian women in last night's game. The defending champions have one thing on their mind, and it's Monday afternoon's final. Claudia Hannam was deadly from the penalty corner, and Awhina Rickard added a double next to her name in yesterday's game. I look forward to seeing them adding some depth and build up to their attack today. The senior women are coached by Tina Balkake and managed by Rudown, so we can just see their kaumātua Kahu and Joy just giving their blessing to the teams and to the game ahead of this afternoon's fixture. We haven't seen it many times before, the junior side taking on the senior side, but with the blessing of our kaumātua, we look forward to an absolutely cracking game out here today. The umpires for today's match are Julina Phillips and David Oakley, and he doesn't have them on yet, but boy, when you see Dave Oakley wearing his speed dealer sunglasses running up and down the pitch, there's no better sight to see on a hockey field. So those two will be under control of this game today. And as the teams come out, we'll have a look at some of the team lists here for the match. There's talent all across the park, both teams with talent to burn, and especially the senior women who are the defending champions of the Heritage Hockey Tournament, taking home the gold medal last year in a final against the New Zealand Pacifica women. They'll be led today by Claudia Hannam. She scored a couple of goals yesterday. The junior team led again by Sydney O'Hara. And we've got a big crowd started to build up here at the Waikato Hockey Centre. We can see the junior team on display at the moment, looking happy, excited to be here. It's going to be a massive game between these two sides. So sit back and enjoy. We're bringing you all of this action live from the Waikato Hockey Centre. There's no better place to be this Easter weekend than Heritage Hockey here in the mighty Hamilton. And we're just moments away from first hit off. And great coverage brought to you from the drone shot there. We can see the full lineup for the junior side. A couple of names to mention. I thought Jamie Rapana played really well at the back yesterday. Murphy Phillips got on the goal scorers board for them, but Amy Sampson in the middle of the field was strong all game. Her connection with Jamie Lewis going forward will be instrumental for this junior side. And I speak about class across the field. Grayson Keys-Kumiroa, Tyler Toheriri, Brodie Cochran in goal, Maya and Awhina Rickard, Garby Smith. Look, these are names with a ton of X-factor and a huge amount of power. They'll be without Oriwa Hepi today. She's had to work, unfortunately, but the ladies' teams are out here and ready to go. And I won't make him talk straight away because he's still out of breath, but fortunate enough to be joined now in commentary. Kahu Ripia, he's just, as I mentioned earlier, given his blessing across the two teams in this fixture for today. I'm sure given some words of encouragement out there to these wahine mā, and look, ready for a cracking game here, Kahu.
Yeah, Brad, it's good to be back in the seat again. And yes, pretty much what I've spoken to the players in both games is You know, New Zealand Māori hockey are treading a new territory. These games have never happened before. So, you know, it's not so much about the result.
Oh, and an opportunity so
Although that was
early.
clear. That was a pretty close one.
Yeah, Ruby Baker just gets one on the front foot there. She just misses the goal wide. Big cheer from the crowd. Kahu, I'll let you catch your breath while we see some of this action here. Fast start from the senior team. Ruby Baker, a new addition. It's her first Heritage Hockey tournament for the side, and they're up early, putting some pressure on the defensive unit of the junior Māori side. They're going to have a lot of work to do here. Fortunately for them, I think they'll be pretty happy not to see Orewa Hepi lined up against them, at least momentarily here.
Work commitments has kept her from the game today, Brad.
Yeah.
But like I was saying, you know, at the end of the day, we are looking at new territory, and you know, it will be Māori hockey that will benefit in the long run.
Yeah, absolutely, and we saw that from the men's game. Look, to say that we had, you know, 30, 35 odd players out there playing at that level, all Māori, all representing New Zealand Māori hockey. How good for New Zealand Māori hockey, and again here today, close to 40 young, I'll call them young, most of them young women out here representing New Zealand Māori hockey.
Yes, and I was just telling them all that in both games, you know. Enjoy themselves. Hey, it's an historical game, never been done before, and yeah, it's not so much about the result. It's more that Māori hockey will really benefit from it.
Yeah, and there's Baker again having another little dig. She's a live wire up the front there for the Māori senior team. Here's Shanae Phillips. She gets the start today. Afi Rickard, she was electric yesterday. Amy Mitchell down on the ball. She's working great defence there.
Oh, no doubt they will miss Orewa today, Brad, but it just gives another person an opportunity to step forward. That's probably why Afi Rickard has been up the front. And even... Oh, yeah, she's at the back.
Yeah, Afi was really good. She got player of the match last night in their game against the Indian side. Two pretty awesome goals there. And that one's picked up by Claudia Hannum. She'll really step up, I'm sure, in Orewa's absence. Same too, Hayley Cox there back in the fold for this year's Heritage Hockey from Te Waiponamu. She's there on the ball now.
Well, we're so blessed, Brad, that so many of these men and women have made themselves available from the tournament to be here this weekend. So, yeah, and you just, you know, you can tell that the selections were pretty much bang on. You know, these are the best Māori players that are in the country at the moment, you know, barring the likes of Sam Hiha, etc. And I just spoke to Sam.
Yeah, we managed to catch up with Sam just briefly a little earlier, and you know, he has an upcoming series for the Black Sticks men down in Christchurch, which I'm sure all Māori up and down the country will be cheering on Sam Hiha.
Yes.
And look, he's not alone. We've got a number of Māori players in the fold there. I don't want to start naming them all, but in bar of missing some. But I do know for sure Katie and Maddie Dorr will be in that women's side.
David Bryden from the men's, you know, and they've all come through this system. At some stage or another. Yeah,
that's it. You see Grayson Keys-Kumiro in the middle of the field there. She's always strong. I know you and I covered a game at this tournament last year where we were particularly impressed with Grayson. She's really come on in the last couple of years and led Aotea to a title at their maiden one at the last Māori hockey tournament in Nelson.
That's right. Talking of the Pro League, Auntie Joy and I have been asked to go down and officiate at the Pōheri, so I did say to Sam, you know, good luck, and we'll catch up with them down there.
Fantastic.
But yeah, no, Grayson, she's gone from. She deserved everything she got last year, accolades wise, and for her to be here as well, you know, it's just motivating for the rest of the team.
Yeah, good to see her. She's got a couple of running mates in this junior team, actually, the two Paratha sisters, Ellie and Nicole, Sydney O'Hara, Rachel Peck there, who's on the ball now, all Aotea players from last year.
Yes.
Strong contingent after their success at last year's tournament.
Yes. Yeah, it's been many years since Aotea had so many representatives in in our Māori team. You know, you look back over the years, and you know, they've always had good representation.
Yeah, and here is the juniors working out. It's a nice little outlet passage, but they can't link up going forward. Here's Grayson Keys-Kumiro here with Claudia Hannum. Hannum, as mentioned, the captain for today's game, sporting her traditional socks down look there, Uncle Ko, showing off the work she's been doing in the gym on the calves.
Oh, well, I hope she doesn't get hurt.
No, she'll be good. This is a tough one, that one. Plays a bit of touch rugby league. She's about it all, Claudia Hannum.
That's right.
As we see Peck, she's working there with Baker. Baker had the first shot of the game. Baker's also earned the first penalty corner of the game, and it is the senior Māori woman. It's through Ruby Baker.
I think it's just taking a little while for the junior team to settle, Brad. And obviously the senior team are taking full advantage. And territorially, they've had the better of the game at this stage.
Yeah, they just have to settle into their work. I know it's going to be a little bit of a superstar moment where they're facing up against perhaps some of their idols in this senior women's side. But look, they've got to knuckle in and do the work. Here is first penalty corner. It looks like Hannum on the second bracket. Goes first bracket here. The 1-2 finds Cox, and Cox finds the goal. Hayley Cox finishes that one on a nice little set play from the penalty corner. We'll be able to check out the replay from that one, thanks to One Foundation. You see this one here, goes to the first bracket. Lovely little 1-2 around the first runner.
Yes.
And Hayley Cox finishes that one.
Yep.
Yeah, quality finish and good execution. And Kahu will just notice now that onto the field for the senior team has come Kelsey Tenety. Good to see her back out on the field here after her busy season of rugby and rugby sevens.
Yes. I spoke to her the other day, and I was very surprised to see her, to be honest. Only the other week did I see her in the grandstand in Hong Kong.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, here's Afi Rickard. Good receive. She's got Murphy Phillips trailing. Amy Mitchell. Oh, a little tangle up there. They'll play on. Here is Tenety, cleared by Phillips. Oh, lovely skill, Jamie Lewis. The ball's going to roll forward. I think it's going to be junior ball off the stick there of Hannum if it's not run in. And it will be, yeah, Kelsey Tenety, of course, part of the Blackfern Sevens set up, travelling internationally, and hasn't quite managed to really cement her spot in the playing side every tournament, but right there, and is working really hard to make sure she gets every opportunity. And here's Holly Hilton-Jones.
Oh, hard luck. Well, just prior to Christmas, Brad, she got injured, and that sort of cost her for quite a while. You know, the rehabilitation process is just not, you know, what we're so used to. You know, when you're at that level, it's got to be, you know, quite in depth and precise. That she's doing everything possibly that could get her back in contention. Yeah, no, she's full time in the program now. In the Mount over in Tauranga there, and we can't wait to see her getting some field time when the injury is fully recuperated and she's ready to go. And here's Jamie Lewis ready to go for the junior side. It was a lovely shot just earlier by Holly Hilton-Jones. Not one we see often up in the goal scoring circle, playing a centre defender for the juniors, but good to see her creeping her way forward. And Grayson Keys-Kumiro will exit here. That one is picked up by Hilton-Jones. Holly's got her sister Grace ahead of her in the circle, doesn't use her. And it is good to see Grace out here today. Jamie Lewis putting on a bit of a show. It's going to fall for the juniors here. And no call so far. Yep, we've got it.
And we'll have penalty corner there, David Oakley. It looked like it was Kyra Maui Black perhaps up there putting the shot in for the junior side. So we see this replay here. Lovely work by Jamie Lewis. This one just gets past the stick here, and it is Maui Black up off the stick there of Goodsul Matthews into the body. So penalty corner here, junior side.
Well, it's good to see the junior side recover after that first goal, Brad. And now, you know, they have a chance to equalise. Hilton Jones, eh?
Yep.
A rugby mad family in
Absolutely.
Northland.
From Northland, yep. So the girls are out here, twins. Grace at the top of the bracket now. Here is Saul. They're going to get a recall on one of the attacking players, so the injector has to go back. We'll get a reset here, but they'll be without their first choice injector in Murphy Phillips. So it looks like Jamie Lewis will go down to do that role. Yeah, so both the twins up there now. Grace Hilton-Jones with the green glove. She's going to go for the strike.
Good push. Oh, just about.
Yeah, just wide there. In goal, it's Brodie Cochrane for the senior Māori team, and she'll know the twins all too well and what they can do up the front. So they've played a fair bit together and against each other.
All Taitokoro girls?
Yep. And play their schoolgirl hockey down in Auckland now. Here's Grayson Keys Kumiroa. Just being patient out of the back. She's got Hannum. Great recycle there is Tyler Goodsell-Matthews. And Micah Ackroyd there out of the back. Didn't play in yesterday's game, Micah. So perhaps her position able to be used with the unavailability of Orewa Hepi. Here's Murphy Phillips. And that's an interesting name. The whānau connections in this game. Shanae Phillips playing for the senior team is Murphy's auntie. And then Shanae's sister, Courtney Phillips, is the coach of the junior team. So the whole Phillips clan, they were down here yesterday. I haven't seen them yet today if they're watching. In fact, I can spot them down there on the baseline now, right where the ball has just gone out. The Phillips whānau down there. They've made the trip down from Whangarei for the weekend. And that's what this game's always going to bring, isn't it, Kahu? These two Māori teams, there's whānau right across the park in both games.
Yep, that's right. You know, like, and there's even whānau that play other sports that still support either hockey or and vice versa. But yeah, no, there's a sprinkling of them right throughout all these teams.
Yep. Yeah, hard to go past. Hard to go past the Hohepa whānau when we speak about Māori hockey. We just had the boys playing Te Oranga and Nōpera. Te Omahi's out here at the moment. Of course, Tuhia's coaching with the junior side. And that's only half of them.
Yeah, no, the other half are supporting on the sideline.
Yeah. Yeah. And, as we wear down this first quarter, about 3.5 minutes to go here, the senior Māori Wahine team, they are ahead 1-0 on the scoreboard. It was the penalty corner exploits from Hayley Cox has them ahead on the scoreboard. And yeah, good little back and forth battle at the moment. Both teams have had their opportunities. The juniors have had a penalty corner. They've had a little scramble shot in the circle as well. So not like it's completely one-way traffic, though advantage to the senior side. And we have ball transfer around the back. Hannum has Ackroyd up ahead of her, uses Ackroyd. Nice touch pass. Cox. Ackroyd working together. Lovely turn. She's got Rickard on the other side of the field if she can find her. Too late. But she'll link up there. I think it's Tegan Gary over that side of the field. Here is Rickard now. It's Maya this time. Oh, falls to Tenity. Wowee. That was nearly the Tairāwhiti triple threat there. Rickard, Tenity, Ackroyd all combining there across the front of goal very nearly for the senior side. The juniors will breathe a sigh of relief. Holly Hilton-Jones, of course, she will on the ball. And it's Trinell Woods-Edueta there. That's one stopped up above the head by Garby Smith. Smith finds Tenity. Tenity just tries to keep it on the end of her stick, but Hilton-Jones does really well there. Holly in the first instance, Gracie working all the way back as well.
Yeah, just a minute and a half to go, Brad. And I think the junior women in particular will be happy with what they've produced in the first half. They may need to collect themselves during the break.
Yeah, there was very nearly a breakthrough there. Amy Sampson You're right, they'll gain some confidence from this. They've yes, they've conceded a goal, but man, they've been toe-to-toe with everything that the senior team have thrown so far, and there's another good defensive effort from Jamie Rapana. Oh, and it's cleared in the end. Holly Hilton-Jones does really well. It was Afi Rickard, like she did yesterday, on the reverse stick with the shot. Cleared away there by Jada Parfo in goal. And they'll just try and get through this last minute here, the junior side. We've seen how important these final moments in games can be. Final moment in each quarter. There's been a lot of goals scored in the last sort of 1 or 2 minutes of each quarter. Great transfer finds Tegan Gary.
Well, even in the last game, maybe it was right to the bitter end, and
that's it.
And Banksy got his goal, and it actually did made the score look quite respectable, 3-2 to the seniors. But yeah,
and he'd been trying hard all game too, Banksy.
That's right. Yeah.
And it's a long-range penalty corner has been awarded here for that tackle from Parata on Gary. I think she just got tangled up a little bit more than anything, but broke down the play, and penalty corner is the result here, and it will probably spell the end of the quarter too. We're 15 odd seconds away from calling it, so the senior team, they'll bring everybody up, and it's Hannum on the bracket. She scored yesterday from the set piece. Umpire's just going to let the clock expire here. Here it is. Hannum.
Well kept.
Yep. They were looking for a little deflection on this left side of the goal. Well covered up there by Jada Parfo, and that spells the end of our first quarter. Kahu, good start from both sides.
It was. Naturally enough, the senior team have dominated, but the juniors have kept themselves in there, been prepared to run hard and defend and try and make the best use out of the ball that they can. A lot of the senior players have come through the junior system, including Orewa, and so they, really the juniors have got nothing to lose but everything to gain, and they know that. So they've come out with a bit of fire in the belly and putting the pressure on the older team. So a good start to the first quarter.
Yes, we see some of the highlight here. It was the senior team with the bulk of opportunity. We saw that early shot from Ruby Baker. This is the goal here. Cox, Hannum, Cox, back of the net. That's really well executed there. But like I said, the juniors had their opportunities as well. This one here from Awi Black just popped up and earned them the penalty corner. And this was their penalty corner. Gracie Hilton-Jones just missing wide there. I think if Murphy Phillips was still the injector, she would have been hunting down on that post. This one here, very nearly. It was a great touch from Kelsey Tenety. But yeah, we speak about the opportunity for this junior side, and I listened to the post-match interview after the Warriors game last weekend with Sean Johnson, and they said when they were down 20-0 and they went into the sheds at half-time, they said, imagine the stories we could tell if we win this one. Imagine the stories we could tell, and look, I think that's the mentality this junior side will want to have. Imagine the stories we can tell if we do manage to tip them over here or have a good crack at them. So they've got nothing to lose. They'll throw everything at it, and it's going to make an exciting game.
Yeah, and obviously the senior women are not going to want to lie down and let it happen.
Nope.
Sheer, mana of the game is probably where the senior women will come from. Hey, they won't want to let it slip, that's for sure.
Yep, the men were able to get home just in the end, 3-2 in the earlier game. And of course the both teams, after successes in last year's tournament, will want to be back there again come Monday afternoon for the gold medal games.
Exactly.
Great turnover there by the Rickard sisters, and they've transferred here is Amy Mitchell. Mitchell's got Ackroyd. Ackroyd's got a reverse stick shot, but it's a wayward one.
Probably just didn't get it balanced properly, Brad. But yeah, no, it was a good setup anyway.
Yeah, the idea was there, but yeah, execution just a little off point.
Yep.
And here we have for the juniors, it's Jamie Webber at the back now with Holly Hilton-Jones. Here is Hilton-Jones. She looks good when she moves the ball. Good little probing pass there down the sideline. It was Jamie Rapana there.
We had whanaungatanga last night, Brad, where everybody, both the junior teams in particular, everybody explained their pepeha, etc. And yeah, it was quite interesting to hear that Tai Tokoro in particular for the women are quite well represented.
Yeah.
Waikato and Tai Rāwhiti.
Yeah, especially in this junior side, I look out and see a lot of the young players from Tai Tokoro. Murphy Phillips in there, Amy Sampson, the Hilton-Jones sisters, Trinell Wood-Zedawera, Jamie Rapana. There's a big contingent, and of course Courtney Phillips, the coach as well. But also a good few in the senior team. And here's some pressure put on by Ruby Baker on Hilton-Jones. It's only going to get as far as Peck. Peck has Mitchell. Back out to Ackroyd.
Holly Hilton-Jones looks quite steady at the back there, Brett.
Yeah, she was good yesterday as well in their game. Here we have an opportunity. It's flipped back across the goal.
Hard luck. Right across the face of the goal.
Yeah, it was Roimata Brown just flipping it back on the reverse. Would have loved to see Kyra Maui Black diving in for that one on the far post.
Yes.
But wow, there's an opportunity straight across the bow of the senior team. This junior team are not just here to make up numbers. They're right in the hunt here. Another good one to see there. She's just making the tackle is Penelope Taulafo from Te Waiponamu, out here for her first stint with the junior team. Her first game yesterday, but good to see her out here. There's Jamie Webber. She's been picked by Ruby Baker. Still working away there. It was Amy McConnell. And Holly Hilton-Jones will just step up, calm things down a little bit, get things going again. Rapana just unable to pull it in there. Up the front was Jamie Lewis.
No, it is great to see Claudia still around, Brad. You know, I remember as a young girl, she came to Fiji with us in 2010, I think it was. And and she's become one of the senior players of the team, her and Orewa. They were both in the teams that came to Fiji, and they were only 16 or 17 at the time themselves. Bit of pressure here from the junior women.
Yeah, a little bit of a mistrap and a mix-up, but they've taken care of it now. Ackroyd punching forward, can't get past Sampson. Kahu, keep an eye on Amy Sampson in the middle of the field here for this junior side.
Oh, she's lucky that she didn't get a call her way there.
Yeah, she's recently been named in the Junior Black Sticks wider squads and training groups. So, as has I believe Jamie Lewis out there for the juniors as well.
And good on them too, Brett. You know, I'm glad to hear that they've been recognised for their talent, and all goes well for their future.
Yeah, and here's Teneti, winds up on that reverse. Really staunch defending there from Jamie Webber. Wow, there's not many people, Kahu, that I know will get right in front of Kelsey Teneti. Backstick shot, but she was right there as we see this replay.
Yes.
Here is Teneti just working around the circle. Gets a bit of opening, and look at that, right in the thick of it. Good defence from the juniors. They're not backing down for anything.
That's right. Yep.
But it's penalty corner time here for the seniors. Hannum is on. Cox is also on. Oh, and it's a misdrag from Peck. Litchfield will pull it out. Scrambling in there. Grace Hilton-Jones. Awesome work. Gracie there didn't play in yesterday's game, but she's been brought in for today's match.
You know, that's what will keep the junior team in the game, Brad. It's the enthusiasm, whether they're scrambling or not.
Yep.
They're doing it with intent.
Yeah, and Murphy Phillips thought she'd got away with one there. Hayley Cox comes straight back at her, but there's no one there for Cox.
I think both the men and the women's senior teams were well aware of, the enthusiasm that was going to be brought by these junior teams.
Yeah,
and at this stage, the women's junior team have just gone from strength to strength, really.
Yeah. And as you mentioned, historic moments in these matches. What an awesome spectacle it's already been. We're only partway through the second quarter of this women's game. Here's Sampson. There she gets the free hit that time. Amy Sampson. Tracked well there by Peck.
Unlucky with that one.
But she's worked hard, she's got it back.
Sampson's got the ball again, yep. Oh, hard luck.
And Kelsey Tennety's she doesn't even need to see the card. She's sprinting to sit down. Earned herself a free rest. It'll be 2 minutes there for Tennety just for the physical challenge. Here's very nearly Ruby Baker. She had an opportunity early in the first quarter. I think it was the first possession she had a shot. And here's Cox. Hayley Cox. Still going, Hayley Cox. And good block out there, Jada Parfo. It's hard to mention Hayley Cox without a special mention to Bella Ambrosius, not out here this weekend, but a normal stalwart of this women's side. I think she's might actually be over in Bali at the moment. I hope she's watching from over there, but she's been through her fair share of injury over the last 12 months as well.
Yes, the poor thing. You know, and in particular over the last 3 or 4 years, as a young girl when she first came to Māori's, you could just tell that she loved the game, and for her to be out of action for the for the last year and a half, just about 2 years now, it hasn't been easy for her. You know, because she obviously had high aspirations for herself, and she was getting there too. Yep,
right in the mixer of all the New Zealand selections.
Yes.
A regular feature in this tournament, this team.
Yes.
And I know she was pretty disappointed Te Waiponamu hosted the last National Māori tournament. She was unable to play.
That's right.
Was there, of course, supporting, and both her and her mum Tanya, who does so much work for Te Waiponamu. So shout out to that whānau. We hope that we will see Bella back out here one day soon.
Yes, and as you say, along with Hayley Cox and a few others, they've been dominant in our New Zealand Māori women's team for a few years now.
Yep. And here's some pressure. This is going to be pressure stuff up in the top corner. It's turned over well there. Cox, Litchfield. Good tackle there. I think it's Roimata Brown. It's going to fall for Litchfield again. And Murphy Phillips runs the ball away from her. Tai Tokato teammates, those two. Yeah, Hilton Jones under a lot of pressure. She does well. Ruby Baker can't keep up with Hilton Jones. Yeah. And they'll win the free hit there too, the juniors. Taulafo. And another one. Midway through this second quarter here, no change to the score. 1-0 it stands to the senior team. Lovely transfer. McConnell. Up there is Brown, Roimata Brown. Well picked off there, Hayley Cox. She's been good today so far, Hayley Cox.
The intensity of the game is such that neither team's giving an inch to anybody.
Yeah, we've got so many, you think of it almost like state of origin, mate against mate. So many teammates out here on either side of the field.
Well, I've just been taken up really, Brad, with the pre-season fitness of everybody. And by Monday, they'll be feeling it. But at the moment, they seem to be wearing up quite well.
Yeah, and it's one potential area that the junior side might be able to use to their advantage is maybe the youthful legs, especially as the game wears on.
Oh, here we go. It was a
Oh, and
shove
she's
from-
going to go
She's going to
again.
go again.
She might be lucky to stay on here at the moment. Julina Phillips, Kelsey Tennity just having a quick convo. She is going to stay on the field. I think a bit of a case of David versus Goliath there with Murphy Phillips and Kelsey Tennity. Kelsey, a lot
I think
more
she can count her lucky stars on her.
yeah.
Brad. Hey.
Yeah, a lot more physically imposing than Murphy Phillips. But here is the Phillips battle we've been waiting for. She passes it. We want to see that matchup. Here is Tennity on the baseline. Here it is, Phillips. Jada Parfo's done well. It's stuck. It's cleared
well done,
now.
Well done. Yeah.
Yeah, and I will say too that this tournament with the junior teams and I guess with the unavailability or retirement of some of our more senior goalkeepers across both sides, man, it's opened up a door for a whole bunch of new goalkeepers on the scene for New Zealand Māori hockey.
Well, I never thought I'd see a Māori team without Harley in it, mate. But the two guys that we've got in the team at the moment are just acquitting themselves so well.
Yep, they both, Felix played really well yesterday. And Trey McLeod played pretty well today as well. And there's two more on the junior Māori side.
Yes, exactly.
Of course, Solomon Clay here from the Aotea and Miles Landon, a local boy. So that's four goalkeepers we didn't really know we had until Harley finally, that's a wayward one.
Yes.
Finally did have his last swan song, and like you said, I didn't think it was actually going to happen.
Yeah.
He's been teasing it for what feels like half a decade now, Harley. But what a fantastic opportunity for some more players to earn those stripes.
Well, that's right, Brad. You know, Auntie and I are finding it hard keeping up. You know, such as the transition of players from even when you were playing, and it's just been great to see everybody just well developed as well in terms of their skill and knowledge of the game.
Yeah.
And new coaching staffs as well, with both Sam and David coming in, coach the men's team, and Courtney as well with the young women's team.
Yeah.
So, and like I said to both games before they started, you know, at the end of the day, it will be Māori hockey that actually benefits from all this. Yep.
Yeah, it's good to see. We haven't had the juniors on display for a little while. Obviously, the COVID restrictions kept our Queensland friends at home for the last couple of years. But here's Garby Smith. Garby Smith has got Nicola Bradley. And it beats everybody across the baseline. Great save there, Jada Parfo. Wow, Garby Smith, hasn't she imposed herself there on that run?
During during the men's game, Brad, I had to sort of, in terms of barracking for both team, it was like Tāne Ma and Tamama. And with this one, it'd be Wahine Ma and Kōtiro Ma.
Yeah.
When you're trying to decipher each team and barrack for both of them.
Oh, Ackroyd. Ackroyd's still going.
Hard luck. She did well. She did well.
Yeah, look, it's they've started to turn it up a little bit here at the senior Māori team. Look at them, they're up in a high press. They're going to try and squeeze them in here. Up is Nicola Bradley, Garby Smith, and they've won the free hit. It's Cox on the ball. She'll recycle through Mitchell. Back to Cox. Cox got his one-on-one. She wins the first one. Still going, Cox, and she'll be asked to take it back. Right, back out to Grayson Keys Kumiro, and this one around the back is Goodsall Matthews, Tyler Goodsall Matthews taking on Jamie Lewis.
Both Tyler and Grayson haven't had much to do in the last couple of minutes. It has been all centralised around the junior D though.
Yeah, and look, they've been answered to everything. If they can just hold out this last 2 minutes.
That's right.
Here, they'll take a big confidence boost into the halftime break.
They will. They will.
And here, perhaps an opportunity. Here's Murphy Phillips. She's got Sydney O'Hara with her. Murphy's going. Jamie Lewis is going. Still going, Murphy Phillips. Lovely ball.
Hard luck. Hard luck.
Wowee, Murphy Phillips in the middle of the field for the junior side. Sydney O'Hara, very close.
Yeah, very close. Yeah.
Interesting. We actually saw Sydney O'Hara play the most of her time on the field yesterday as an outside half, outside defender. Now she finds herself up the front of the field. Such is often the versatility of our players. Kahu, they're just players. They can play anywhere.
Well, hey, you know, that's us. It's not necessarily picking our players on specific positions. You know, it's identifying their talent. And then building their talent into whatever positions that you want.
Yep.
And, you know, these kids have got the capabilities to do that.
And such as obviously pretty good coaching from Courtney Phillips and Tuhi Hohepa, recognising that here's an opportunity for the senior team. Rickard, great defence there. It's Jamie Webber.
Yep.
But only as far as Cox, 20 seconds or so,
Yep.
a little over 30.
Yes, I think the junior team will relish a break. Collect their thoughts because they're doing really well to just be one down.
Yeah, they'll be happy to see the clock expire here. That ball's just going to roll its way down. Holly Hilton-Jones knows what she's doing. Yeah, and they'll 15 seconds here. Oh, lovely ball forward that one is. Sydney O'Hara. And she's got it. She's got players ahead there.
Yep.
Parata out into the corner.
Oh, I have luck.
And it beats them all
Great
over the baseline. That one will run the clock out as we hear the umpires whistle there. Kahu, the junior side, will take a lot out of that second quarter there. They matched everything. They were under a lot of pressure. They weathered it all. And only one down here at halftime.
And Brad, I have no doubt that Coach Courtney Phillips will be re-emphasising that. You know, as the Warriors do when they have a break, they suck it up and suck it up and suck it up, and then come out firing again. And I think Courtney will be emphasising the fact that her team are playing really well under the circumstances.
Yep.
And the game is there to be taken.
Yeah, absolutely. It still hangs very much in the balance. They've done all the defensive work so far, this junior side. All it takes is one down the other end. As we see just down in front of us, a lot of the Māori team still here supporting the Wahine, just as we would expect.
Yep.
And they've been treated to a pretty good game so far out here, the two Wahine sides representing New Zealand Māori hockey. And some of our highlights from that first half there. This penalty corner, this was the goal, well executed.
It was.
Well finished.
Yep. They knew exactly what they were doing.
Yeah.
And it's not as if they've had much time to practice that either, Brad.
No, they will have come together either Thursday evening or Friday morning, some of them.
Yep.
And they're out here doing the business. Fortunately, a fair few of them, like we've mentioned already, play a bit of their hockey together for their rohe or for their club or school. So there's a couple of connections in there, but look, I've been really impressed with how well they're able to just pull it all together on the field here.
Yeah. And I think, you know, not only because of the hockey, Brad, it's that whanaungatanga that we have when we get together. You know, we just sort of we just gel, giving, you know, and being given good direction from their coaches. Everybody's coming here with something positive in mind, and they just take it straight out onto the field with them.
It makes great entertainment.
Yeah, and we see some more of the highlights here from what's been a pretty exciting game here between junior and senior Māori Wahine teams. Yeah, this is a good opportunity. Jada Parfo's been good in goal. She got on top of that one, managed to roll over and get rid of it. Not easy to do.
The junior women haven't had many chances, and they've come close to the opportunities they did have. There was one there. But
yeah, they're trying to work it out. Yeah, their opportunities have been few so far, but look, if they can just take one, just get that one on the board, and this game's really going to open up.
That's right.
Good to see some of the supporters there. And look at these drone shots thanks to Local Gecko Productions. That's a beautiful view there of the team talk from the senior team. Doesn't get much better than that. We can see Tina Bell there with her clipboard. She's got a fair bit to say.
Well, like I said, Brad, you know, the coaches have been really lucky that the majority of the players that were selected from the New Zealand Māori hockey tournament have made themselves available to come here.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's the junior team talk. We can see Coach Courtney Phillips. She's there writing on her whiteboard.
You know, the likes of Orewa in particular, and Vance Harvey.
Yep.
Getting into the New Zealand
Indoor team.
Indoor teams.
Yeah, absolutely.
And to make themselves available today is awesome.
Yeah, we've got a few of those players out there. Dylan Thomas, another one. Steve Atkinson.
Yep.
All.
Steve. And they're all looking sharp too. The coaches, Brett. It's great to see Tina in the mix again with our senior women's team. And as I said earlier, you know, Courtney's only new. This is only her first campaign as the coach. And, you know, she's not a sort of a verbal type of coach. She's very softly spoken, but she knows her hockey, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and what a luxury we have there of having such quality coaches. Tina Bell, we talk about Tuhia and Courtney, who are there leading the junior side.
Yep.
And look, we've had some really good coaches over the years for these wahine, and it shows because our players there are taking that next step.
Yep. And like I was saying earlier, a majority of the young women that are playing for the senior team came through our junior ranks. So, you know, it's great to see them continue. And I mentioned earlier, both Orewa and Claudia, they've been around for a few years. And there's even others that are not here anymore that are still hanging in there as well. And, you know, Māori hockey is really... started to blossom over the last few years.
Yeah.
And this is an indication of it. You know, all goes well for the future.
Yeah, that's it. It's just an opportunity for it to continue growing.
And in particular, you know, with our young players getting identified at a higher level.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
You know, one year, Brad, Auntie and I went to Government House to farewell our athletes as they went to Beijing, and no word of a lie, I think there was about 7 or 8 Māori women in that New Zealand women's Black Sticks team that went away to the Olympics. I think it was the last campaign that Karen Paiwai, but there was so many others, and it was just a delight to go up there, not only to wish the team all the best, but particularly our Māori players.
Yep. And here we go, this is Roy Mata Brown. Oh, Kyra Maui Black. Oh. She's got it. She's got it in the circle. She's got Hannah in front of her. She's got the penalty corner. Kyra Maui Black, the sister there of Gregan Maui, who we saw in the last men's game, stamping her authority on this first possession. Lovely ball forward from Roy Mata Brown to find Kyra Maui Black as we see this replay here. This is the pass here. Lovely lifted ball. She's done so well. Claudia Hannam, incredibly astute defender. Yeah, picks out her foot. Here it is, opportunity for the juniors.
What a great start to the second half, Brad.
Out it comes. Big swing, not a lot of ding there for Taulafo. She'll wish she had that one over again. Yeah. The trap just got a little bit away from her there, out on the front foot. But warning shots, they've been fired by the junior side.
Yes. Intriguing next 14 minutes.
Yeah, and here come the juniors again. Perhaps they're just treating us kahu and playing all of it in the half that we can see and not have to reach our necks down to see the other end of the field. It's a pretty cushy job up here. Here comes Roy Mata Brown again. Ball on her stick. Oh, and that one bounces out very nearly, picking up the foot there again of Hannum, but she's done well. Oh, man, this junior team, they're up and hunting.
They are. They look like they've lifted up a level.
Yeah, whatever was in those oranges at half-time, give them a bit more of that. Here comes Ruby Baker. Lovely pass. Cox, Baker.
Good triangle.
Baker still going. She's got a reach. And defended well enough there by Holly Hilton-Jones. Look how quick that was. Kahu, 2 passes.
I was just going to say the pace of the game is pretty good at the moment. My goodness, it hasn't lapsed at all.
Yep, here we go. Hannum, she's got a little bit of time. Try to find Baker. Michaela Bradley, that's fantastic defending. Jamie Rapana down there for the junior side. Here's Hilton Jones on the ball. Rapana. Oh, it's not going to get through. Amy Mitchell will pick it up for the senior Wahine side. Goodsall Matthews wears off the first challenge. She's probably going to earn a card there. She does. Jamie Lewis. Jamie Lewis with a couple minutes on the sideline here. And she's got some fans down on the side of the field taking a video of it for later on. So Jamie Lewis, 2 on the hot seat. Puts the junior team under a bit more pressure with a player less on the field. But Amy Sampson does tremendously well just to work the ball out of their own end.
You know, this junior team are not intimidated at all, Brad.
No, I think that
they're taking it to these senior women.
Yeah, and that second quarter would have really given them the confidence that, look, they belong here.
Yes.
And they're in the right place, and they're only small moments off being right in this game.
That's right, that's right.
Here it falls. Rickard on it. Rickard shooting. Baker. Oh, and it goes across the goal there. Very nearly. So after the early warning shots from the juniors, they fire one back here, the seniors, and we'll see a quick little replay of this. Goodsall Matthews with the entry. Up and it just couldn't quite clear that one. Rickard's been dangerous. She doesn't get all of that. And Baker very nearly. She'll be wishing the goal was a little bit wider. She'd have 2 goals by now. Ruby Baker. And Hannum picks that one out.
Steady, eh? Nice and steady, Claudia. Oh, there's a bit of a loose pass.
Yeah, it was Peck in the middle there, Rachel Peck from Aotea. And here come the junior side. Hilton Jones having to go right back to her own line. Turns Nicola Bradley. She's got a bit of a see you later, but that's only going to fall to Hannum. Hannum now opens up the field through Peck. Peck here has Goodsall Matthews. Tyler coming onto the ball. Yeah, and Amy Mitchell can't keep that one in. Good pressure by the junior side, getting out to the ball there.
That's right. You know, I was just thinking, you know, come the Māori tournament.
Here they go. Here they go. Jamie Lewis, she's back on the field. Oh, no.
You know, the selector's job is not going to be any easier because, you know, there's all this talent out there and you can only have so many people in a team, in a squad. We're well represented at the moment.
Yep.
And I can sense that it's actually going to get better as well. More difficult for the selectors, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The talent has just come out of the out of the woodwork so quickly.
Yeah, and such I think you know, I mean, I don't only speak for myself, but just the profile of the tournament, Māori tournament and heritage hockey is growing and growing, and I think with a good media presence and having these games available to be watched and streamed, you know, it just helps to build the whole ahua around the tournament, and you know, that just creates more opportunities for our players, and more players want to come and be involved. So
that's right. Yep.
It's only good things for heritage hockey, but also for New Zealand Māori hockey.
Yep.
Roy Mata Brown working. They're going to have to be good here. Yeah, Baker can't keep that one in. Ruby Baker. Oh, and just a little mistake there in their own end. They don't need to rush those ones. I understand that they're trying to catch the senior team before they can get set up, but they also need to keep possession. There's juniors, and they've got it here. Jamie Lewis.
I think there's a little bit of that in both teams, Brad. It's not until you get the likes of Claudia that will actually slow things down to try and control the game. But everybody, you know, is so eager to get on with it.
Roy Mata Brown counts herself a little unlucky there not to win the free hit. Claudia Hannum coming in for the low tackle. She smiles that one off. Counting her blessings because it was open slather in behind her. And Kahua just spotted down on the sideline there. Tegan Murahi, one of the she was a goalkeeper for the Māori women's side at one point, a couple of years ago, playing for Aotea back then, and good to see her down here checking out the hockey.
She's probably thinking, oh, this game might be a bit too quick for me at the moment.
Good to see her, her here supporting both teams.
Yes.
Here's Grayson Keys Kumiroa. Haven't had to mention much of her in this game. Perhaps fortunate for them, but here comes Roimata Brown. She's got Murphy Phillips ahead of her. Still working is Brown. Brown's got the ball. Mitchell's got the tackle. And good effort there. Amy Mitchell was that cleaned it up. And the overhead is going to fall there for Jamie Rapana. He's got Parata.
You know, it's good to see the women chancing their hand, Brad, at all these different shots that are available now. The back stick, the overhead flick, and you know, why not? Why not chance your arm at all these different things?
Yeah, and that's something that this tournament really promotes, is just the teams playing with the natural flair that they possess. And so good is it to be able to display that. Here comes Amy Sampson. Rachel Peck got a job to do. Sampson's going to hunt there. And they win it back here, the juniors. They'll have the long corner. It was Jamie Lewis over there working with Amy Sampson. Yeah, and it's little Brodie Cochran in goal for the senior women's side. Only really a junior herself, but such are the goalkeeping stocks at the moment. She's one of the top that we have.
That was close.
And the top in the country. I know she's been involved in the most recent Black Six and Junior Black Six Super Camp as well. As a goalkeeper, Brodie Cochran. And here she goes, Nicola Bradley. Trying to take on Holly Hilton-Jones. That's a good battle. On its advantage, Nicola Bradley. Here comes Tyler Goodsell-Matthews. Can't get past Hilton-Jones that time. Still going, Hilton-Jones. She needs to find a pass. She's found Maya Rickard instead, and that's not a good thing. Oh, Parata there, Nicole, I think it was, just giving away the free hit around the edge of the circle. And just a little second here while we get the ball back to Amy Mitchell. Here we go. Tyler Goodsell-Matthews trying to take on Trinell Woods-Edweda there. No way through for her. So they'll take another long corner. The senior Māori Wahine team.
Maya Rickard, quite an accomplished sports woman herself, Brad. I think she delved into a bit of Wakahama, but she's a very talented netball player as well.
Yep.
And as well as representing hockey.
And here comes Roimata Brown. She's been electric this third quarter. She's had 2 or 3 real digs down this side of the field. She's still going. Roimata Brown. There's the corner.
There you go. Well
Wow-wee.
She's worked hard, Brad.
Yeah, and the crowd on the sideline here gets up for that. Roimata Brown putting on a show there. We'll see this replay. This is going to look awesome on the camera. There she goes, just slowing things down. Inside 3D, outside Claudia Hannum, and drag onto the foot. Wow-wee. That's some skill from young Roimata Brown.
I think it looked like she knew what she was doing all the time. At no stage did she lose control of that ball.
Yeah, and look, there's not many people that can say they dragged past Claudia Hannum, so add it to the resume. And here's Taulofo. Here we go. Sweep hits the option. It's trapped there by Kyra Maui Black. Still going there. It's just rolled onto the back of her stick.
Not quite.
Yeah, still not quite executed how they would have wanted. And I'm sure that'll...
well, they're creating opportunities for themselves, Brad, which is good.
Yeah, absolutely. There's
they're telling the senior girls we're not going nowhere.
No, and just 1-0. All it's going to take is one of those little opportunities to create havoc out here. And you think the crowd's up now. You imagine it when it gets to if it gets to 1-1.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Tennessee with the touch in. She's not going to find anybody with it. Easy 16-yard for the junior. perhaps needed her there. Just too many players in ahead of the ball for the senior Māori Wahine team, and it's a good pass. In the end, finds Litchfield in the middle of the circle, and like I know firsthand, there's not much you can do when she gets an open shot. Probably not the cleanest of strikes, and may have topped on the ball a little bit, but it's in the net and it's on the scoreboard.
That's right. Yeah, a bit of a reprieve for the senior team, because the junior team have been pressurising them.
Yep. Yeah, and they'll breathe a bit of a sigh of relief here. The senior Māori team. It's a double-edged sword, this game for the seniors, because they obviously want to win and would expect them to, but man, they were right in an arm wrestle there. And look, still not out of question by any chance. We just want to see the first goal for this junior side, and then I'm sure they'll be away. They actually scored first in their match yesterday against the Pacifica women. We're up 1-0, thanks to a goal to Murphy Phillips. So they've got goal scoring in them. Like I mentioned in the build-up, the addition of Gracie Hilton-Jones, that's her there. She could really create something up the front for this junior side. Oh, nearly finds Shanae Phillips there. And they're just starting to put some pressure on this last 2 minutes. Here, the senior team still going as Phillips. She got Jamie Lewis on her. Does enough to earn the free hit there. Phillips. Still going. Right in front of the umpire, David Oakley. It's still there for them. Long corner will come again. 90 seconds now to close out this third quarter. And back out to Hannam it goes. Hannam has Gary. Gary has a good tackle. And a good pass down for Shanae Phillips. And ball in circle, it's Litchfield again. Litchfield goes 1-2, just like that. That's more like what we see from Jade Litchfield. She buries that one down in the bottom corner. Yeah. That's a better finish from Litchfield.
Oh, well, that's what happens when you take the opportunities that are presented. And she did that really well.
You see this ball in here. Oh, yeah. That's the shot right there. Jade Litchfield goes 1-2 in the last 3 minutes of this quarter. And really pushes the lead out now to 3-0. And just like that, the junior Māori team have a big mountain to climb now.
Yes, and it's not as if they haven't played well. They really have. They've taken it to the senior team.
Yeah, and they had their opportunity.
But like I say, the senior team have had a couple of opportunities presented and they've put them away.
Hilton-Jones is back on at the back there. Oh, that one gets away from McConnell. Here's Litchfield. She's got Tenity. Rickard's screaming forward. But the buzzer beats them all. And that is a big last 5 minutes there for the senior team. They find themselves ahead now 3-0 on the scoreboard with 1 quarter to go. Look, as much as I'd love to see it, it's going to take something magic from this junior side to climb back that 3-goal advantage.
I think you alluded to it just a little while ago, Brad, when Holly Hilton-Jones wasn't there, the defence sort of was uncertain of who should go where. And it just made all that difference.
Yeah, so it was 2 goals while she's off the field. Not saying that she stops everything and does everything, but a very anchor player there for them. This is the opportunities that the junior team had. Just couldn't ice these penalty corners through execution. Look, had that game got to 1-1, I think we could be looking at a very different scoreboard and landscape here in this match. But they defended it enough here, the senior team, and they got the reward for it in the end.
Well, I hope the junior team can put something away before the end of the game. They thoroughly do deserve something. they've toiled away tirelessly, and at some stages I did think they were getting ascendancy on the senior team, but like I say, the senior team have taken their chances, and the score's 3-0 at the moment.
Yeah. And this was a lovely bit of skill shown here. Roimata Brown set up the penalty corner.
Yeah.
Taulafo here. Yeah, both the penalty corner traps I just don't think were quite where she wanted them, Penelope Taulafo, so couldn't quite get the ultimate shot away. This one here, over the goalkeeper, one for Jade Litchfield, and then the reverse stick we saw late in that quarter, 2, pushes them out 3-0, and we can see shots there of the crowd. We can see Kaya Elliott down there in a Pacifica top. She's enjoying the game. We can also see Norpeto Hohepa. He's filming some of the action down there as well. Looking around to try and see who said his name. Here is the juniors. Roimata Brown here wins the free hit.
I think that's an encouraging aspect about these junior teams, Brad. There are some of them that are still relatively young. Really young, under 18, and they're playing well at this stage of their hockey careers.
Yep, yeah, I know. In speaking to Courtney and earlier in the game, her junior side is really young this year.
Yep.
I know it's an under 21 age group, but her team's very close to an under 18 side, which just shows such great promise here.
Well, they're not really disgracing themselves being here, Brad.
No, not at all.
Competitive.
Yeah, as we see a change in goalkeeper stocks here for the junior side. Looks like Holly Landon will come in. Jada Parfo's day is done now, and Holly Landon will likely see out the final 16 minutes here for the junior side.
I think as expected, the senior teams are gaining ascendancy on the junior teams. I think it was to be expected, but in the meantime, the last 3 quarters have been, quite nail-biting.
Yeah, and look, similar to the men's match, it probably is the result you would have expected. But boy, what a match that these juniors have thrown up, and as we've said, haven't actually played a game for 3 years.
Yep.
2019 was the last campaign for either of our junior sides.
Yep.
Not that these sides are the same, they get reselected each year, but look, for them to show up with this as their first performance, it's something special.
That's right, yep.
And of course,
like the Coney header did, when the idea was mooted that our 21s join this tournament, there was a little bit of, or the expectation we thought may have been too great for the players, but we can see now that they're not intimidated by being here.
Yeah, and it creates a really good opportunity. I know of how does this tournament grow? Is there an opportunity to get more teams rather than just continue searching for the 4th?
Exactly.
And look at. I don't think looking at any of these results anybody's going to say that these junior sides didn't deserve to be here this weekend, so it bodes well, and if it becomes an annual thing for them, then so be it. And I'm sure you and Auntie Joy are still on the phone to our friends over in Queensland and trying to reconnect with them now that borders and things are open.
That's
and
right. Yep.
And look, we may see a few opportunities for both our sides, and here comes Sampson. Roimata Brown, she's got Murphy Phillips. Oh, it just gets past Phillips. Rickard Goodsell Matthews will do enough out of the defensive end. Look, I think all that's missing from this junior side is just a little bit of time together.
Yep, that's right.
A little bit of experience, and that's the luxury that the senior team have. Here's an opportunity. Murphy Phillips. Still there for them. Roimata Brown. She's in a tangle up. Still Brown. Ooh. Oh. Look at the fight there.
Well, not only are we trying to establish our connections with Queensland, but also Australian country as well, Brent. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a few years since we hosted them in Rotorua as well. I think the same year, 2019,
Yep.
Probably the last time, obviously, with the COVID-19.
Yep. And they're still keen to come back. Because on the alternate year, they go to Malaysia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's the entry for the senior team. Can't link up there. It's Cox trying to find that one.
Well, I know how like at times we reflect on what happened during COVID, and yeah, it did disrupt our ability to keep in contact with our relationships overseas. To a certain extent, it did hamper this tournament, but it's great that everything's up and running again.
Yeah, and some real gems have been born out of the dust that was COVID. This tournament didn't exist prior, but the different associations knew that they needed to get together and provide something.
Yep.
And look, this is what we've got, and here is Garby Smith. She's a bull at a gate going forward. Garby Smith. Ball's going to beat them all down there in the corner. I can just I notice over the back fence there, just under the scoreboard. Might not be able to see it, but Tash Fitzsimmons out there come down to watch today's game.
Yeah. Yeah, it should be excited. For the mere fact that not only the New Zealand teams are playing, New Zealand Māori teams, but the under-21s have fronted as well. Yep.
And here we go. Here it is. It's Amy Sampson.
Oh,
a lot of pass. Polita. Oh, no. It's Sampson again, though. Another pass. Jamie Lewis. Oh, and it's a handful of misfires in the circle. Oh, the crowd here really cheering on this junior side.
Yeah, and I suppose those who are listening to our commentary as well, Brad, are sort of chuckling at the expressions you and I are signaling out as well.
Yeah. It's so very close there for that junior side.
Yeah. I think even the crowd was starting to, voice their excitement at the time in anticipation that this under-21 team can at least get a goal before the end of this game.
Yeah, that's and again we just see the skill set of Amy Sampson. I've mentioned her so many times already in today's game, and she's been so strong in the midfield for the junior side. Her work with Murphy Phillips, they both have been really hard workers in the middle of the field. Parata will be disappointed she didn't put that one away, or at least get a better shot going goalward. But again, that's proof that this junior side are right there. Just need a couple of things to go their way. Yeah, Murphy Phillips, that's a lovely receive. She's got it open here. She's going to weave her magic. But the real magician is Grayson Keys-Kumiroa.
Oh, there's a bit of a bump.
Oh, Murphy Phillips punching out of her weight class. Oh, she's going to get yellow for it as well. I think that's probably a little harsh, all things considered. Her auntie and coach, Courtney Phillips, thinks the same, but here's an opportunity down the other end. Snuffed out there by Hilton Jones. Te Aumahi Hohepa there also doing a good bit of defensive work. Oh, I can't believe all 25 kilos of Murphy Phillips was enough to bring Grayson Keys-Kumiroa to the ground. But she's going to be sitting for it for the majority of what's left of this game. And now going to be really tough for this junior side with the player down and one of their key midfielders. Right, here we go, the senior team. There's a nice little entry, midfield, back out to the side. Here's Ruby Baker. Great tackle, Te Aumahi Hohepa. Still going, Hohepa. It's back to Weber. Yeah. Weber can't link up with Parata. Yeah, they're going to have to weather the storm a little bit here. The senior women's team are going to throw everything for the last few moments, especially while they're up a player. Holly Hilton Jones does so well.
Oh, well, you got to give credit where credit's due, Bruce. Brad, the senior women, held off an entourage of attacking movements from the juniors. You scored the vital goals that they needed to.
Yep.
And now, the composure's coming out as well.
Yeah, and that's just some of the small things that this junior team will learn over time. A lot of these senior players, we look at Claudia Hannum, Micah Ackroyd, the Rickard sisters. They've played in big games before.
Yep.
They understand how things work and what needs to happen. And perhaps something that this junior team will see, learn, develop, and come into over their years.
Yeah.
And look, what an opportunity for them to learn it. It's here it is right in front of them.
Like I say, Māori hockey will benefit from this, Brad. They will be disappointed tonight, but tomorrow morning they have an opportunity to represent again.
Yeah.
And they'll do it with distinction.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to tomorrow's matchups. Obviously, we'll see the Māori senior wahine team take on their counterparts from last year's final, the Pacifica women. That'll come up tomorrow. And then the junior side, they'll take on an Indian team that have continued to improve as the weekends wore on. And speaking of improve, Raumata Brown's been solid for the juniors, but Grayson Keys Kumiroa, Kelsey Teneti, here is Micah Ackroyd. Cleaned up by Ohepa there.
Bit of a shout out to Brad for our whānau up in Tamaki Makaurau and Taki Tumu Tairāwhiti at home, particularly with the recent cyclone issues that have happened. So it's great to see these Tairāwhiti girls here at the moment in particular.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know there's friends and whānau of our players out here that have been deeply affected, as you say, especially out in the Tairāwhiti region. And look, so good to see them here this year, back again.
Yep. Wow, Rickard putting it straight through the middle. Oh, hard luck. That was a good little touch. Gabriel Smith.
Yeah. Garby up there putting a bit of effort in. It's her first Heritage Hockey tournament. Oh, that's not a good one. That's gone to Teneti. Teneti can't make that one count. Good save there. Holly Landon in goal. Holly Hilton-Jones just about owed her a drink or two there for that one. That might have been assist of the tournament there for Holly. Fortunately, it doesn't go up on the scoreboard. It's not going to make the highlight reel either. That one. She can chuckle about it now, but very nearly. And the senior team will have another foray here. It's Rickard on the ball. Tyler Goodsell-Matthews. Amy Mitchell. Another person I saw around the turf yesterday, Kahu in and supporting, and I don't know if is here today, but Marika Leonard.
Yes.
She's been around this weekend and supporting the Māori teams.
Yeah, I remember when Marika first was selected, she pretty much didn't believe it. But she become an intricate part of the New Zealand Māori women's team and enjoyed every moment of it. She's pretty handy on the guitar too. Yeah. And I'll just
take a quick note to mention that the senior women's team have taken the goalkeeper off and added the extra field player like they did yesterday, perhaps in trying to just see if they can push that envelope with the extra field players and score a goal. It may be a situation they find themselves in later in the weekend. Good time to practice it, and that's the coaching nous of Tenabao. She'll be trying things, and they've got that 3-goal buffer now to do it, so no better time than now to practice.
Yes, that's right.
And I thought it was really good in the men's game to see Mark Belkake back playing for the Māori team. The senior men's team scored a pretty wicked goal yesterday, and was again good today. We haven't seen him for a year or two, but good to see him back out there again.
Oh, I think he's thoroughly enjoying it too, Brad. Home with the boys, and as per normal, the tikanga of the team, whanaungatanga, te mea tūtahi.
Yeah, and there's a wild one across the middle of the circle there, off the stick of Tenity. That one often is from inside the circle and going goalward, so the junior side will be glad to see that one wasn't from inside the circle. And it was Amy Sampson again, working hard, defending that one. Litchfield turns her over. Litchfield wins the free hit. Still going, Jade Litchfield. And cleared there, it was Jamie Webber. Only as far as Amy Mitchell. Mitchell coming forward with the ball here. Closing it on 3 minutes to go. Here's Tenity. Big wind up. Oh, and Holly Hilton-Jones again. Does well to see Micah Ackroyd back outside the circle. Still working as Ackroyd and Hilton-Jones. Yeah, it's been really impressive to see some of these younger players really step up, and they're not as fortunate as probably not as fortunate as the junior men to have players that have played in the senior side before come down and continue playing for them. Yep. They don't have that luxury here. So good to see some younger players stepping up without that experience under their belts and take leadership roles.
That's right. Yeah. Giving that opportunity, and they've taken it with both hands and run with it. 3-0. That's no catastrophe at all.
Oh no, and not to think, considering up until Jade Litchfield put 2 away in the deep ends of that third quarter, 1-0. Sorry, and we were perhaps hunting on a 1-1. They were pressing. They'd had a couple of penalty corners. They'd had their opportunities, but the senior experience got there in the end. And here's Jamie Lewis. Jamie Lewis has got the ball out on one hand. She'll keep the sideline hit there. Was Rachel Peck just showing that one away. Laurie Mata-Brown onto the ball. Brown searching. Mrs. Weber falls to Rickard. And Rickard does the right thing and finds Ackroyd. Ackroyd's got Tenity. Nicola Bradley's ahead. They've got 2 ahead. She got to pass the ball. Gets it away in the end. It hits the post.
Oh my goodness.
Oh wow. I'd have to think the pass came too late there from Tenity. So. She had Litchfield and Nicola Bradley up in the circle.
Yep.
And Jade Litchfield very nearly got her third.
Yeah.
It was a nice deflection, but hits the post there.
Yeah, the angle just sort of decreased the longer she held on to it.
Yeah, and it gave time for the defenders to rustle back as well. Oh, here's Kyra Maui Black showing her speed. She plays touch rugby at a really high level. She's got real speed and footwork. But good thing to see. Murphy Phillips is back on the field, so the yellow card has expired. Only 30 seconds to go. And that one's going to be batted out there in the end. Oh, a little high there. We will count down. About 15 seconds left now to go. Edge of the circle is Tenity. It's going to fall there outside the circle. That one will count down the final 2-1-0 seconds. And what a game it's been. The junior Māori woman taking on the senior Māori woman, and the senior team, as we probably expected, come away the victors in the end 3-0. Unable to trouble the scoreboard, the junior side, but boy did they have their opportunities, and they'll take a huge amount of confidence at the way they stuck it to that senior team for so much of that game.
Oh, they will, Brad. They will, Brad. And as I said right from the start, and even before the game started, I mentioned to both teams, go out there and enjoy yourselves, soak up the occasion, go hard. Māori hockey will benefit out of this. And, for those that have been recognised as well at a higher level, good luck to them and wish them all the very best. Yeah, as we see some of these replays and highlights, Kahu, I'll let you talk about some of this, and I'm going to go down and find our player of the match. Okay. We just showed this instance here where the junior team were attacking, but to no avail. And the senior team are coming away with the ball, setting themselves up, and just unlucky not to finish that off. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed today's coverage, and look forward to the next couple of days, particularly tomorrow, as we round off our pool play before getting into the finals on Monday. It's for Māori hockey, as I've probably mentioned 100 times already, it's been a special day. You know, we've cut new ground. Never before have our junior teams and senior teams played against each other, but as you've seen in the highlights and in the coverage, you know, Māori hockey is in good heart, and we look forward to the future. Obviously the juniors will be a bit disappointed with the score, because they put in a lot of effort without actually capitalising on putting anything in the back of the goal, but you know, they'll be disappointed. But tomorrow they'll suit up again and come out and not only play for themselves, their whānau, their hapu, their iwi and their rohe with pride. So well done girls, well done gentlemen earlier before this game, and thank you Brad for giving us the opportunity to come on board and assist with the commentary. I myself have committed to coaching in Gisborne and a club side called Waituhi, and there's about 4 or 5 young gentlemen in my team that were badly affected by the recent cyclone in Gisborne. But you know, their commitment and love for the sport is such that, and their whānau supporting them, they've been able to make trainings just recently. And you know, I really do take my hat off to them, as well as, you know, all our aroha goes out to the whānau that were a bit badly affected in the Tamaki Makaurau and particularly in the North Bay area. Hopefully, you know, time will heal what's happened, because it's going to take a lot of time to fix what's happened. But it's great to see that in tournaments like this, and I've already mentioned earlier that there are a number of Tairawhiti players here in particular that have been able to make the commitment to coming, and it's just great to see that that commitment is being well received by everybody, because I know when we got here on Thursday night, everybody was so glad to see us and asked us questions about what was happening at home and how was everybody faring, and it's been a pleasure to be able to. Oh, catch by, all good.
Hey guys, I'm here with tonight's player of the match from the junior Māori Jnrs side. It is Amy Sampson. Amy Sampson, a huge amount of work that you had to do in the midfield today, especially when Murphy Phillips got sent from the field. Not the result, but wow, what a performance from your junior team. You'll be pretty stoked with that.
Yeah, pretty happy with the girls. Obviously we knew it was going to be hard playing obviously our senior side, but at the end of the day we had nothing to lose, so we just tried our best.
Yeah, and a really good display for Māori hockey, and you were able to play out there with a lot of your teammates from the Taitokerau team. There's Holly and Grace Hilton-Jones, Murphy Phillips I mentioned, Trinell was out there, Jamie, and your coaches obviously, Courtney there as well. How awesome is it to play with some of those players you've played with at Taitokerau?
It's so much easier because I feel like we just know how each other play. Like it's so easy knowing people as well, and also the other girls, like we're just so close together. I feel like it's just so much easier.
Yeah, and facing up against some as well, and Jade Litchfield, who scored a double. Garby Smith tried her best to get there as well. It bodes well for Māori hockey. But you guys have a big game coming up tomorrow against the Indian side. 2 teams without a win yet and trying to get one on the board. What do you think the focus might be for tomorrow's match?
I feel like we just need to keep our connections going. I feel like when we pass the ball, we comb through the teams, especially when we work together. So if we just keep trying to do that, I feel like we'll do pretty good.
Awesome, and like I said, player of the match, congratulations. You were absolutely awesome through the midfield for the junior side today, taking on a pretty tough team, and you've done exceptionally well. So thank you for your time. We wish you all the very best for the game tomorrow, and we'll see you at the next one.
Thank you.
Cool as. All right, guys, that is our final game for day 2. You can hear the cheers in the background for Amy Sampson. What a sight it was for Māori hockey. The senior women getting home in the end 3-0 over the junior team, but a valiant effort until the 2 late goals to Jade Litchfield. We'll be back with all of the games tomorrow. It's a 10 a.m. start again. We'll see you live then for day 3. Cheers.
We can